Well, good morning. Hello, everyone. I've been waiting for you. Been sitting around here for a few moments, just kind of enjoying the outside. It's rather warm today. The sun's shining, and I don't know what the weather's going to be, but whatever it is, we will endure it, I'm sure. But right now, we're just kind of enjoying the coffee and enjoying hearing some of the birds singing or chirping or whatever they do. One other thing that I did yesterday was I put my hummingbird feeders out. Hummingbirds have been in the area, I think, for several weeks now, and I just got my feeders out, so I'm waiting for them to. Let me see if I can move this a little bit and see if you can see. Yeah, there they are right there. So I got them set right there. I got two in the back, and I've got one out front. So we'll see what happens to them. Usually the ants get into them, and I've had bees get into them, and I've also had squirrels try to get into them. So we'll see how it goes this year. And I try to outsmart all the animals, and sometimes, believe it or not, they outsmart me. But anyhow, here we are. And this is Thursday, May the 15th, 2025. My name is Wes. This is Coffee with Wes. And I'm so glad that you've tuned in today. I serve as the interim pastor at the First Baptist Church of Cutler, and we are together here Monday through Friday about this time every day. And let me just remind you, if you are interested, if you care, if you're using this passage in your small group Bible study on Sunday morning, because it's part of a Lifeway Bible Studies for Life series. If you're using this passage, I do a podcast summary, and also have a 2-page, which is really just one sheet of paper, and on both sides you can fold it like a little booklet, if you'd like, that has this lesson. There's some discussion questions, some truths to take out of the passage. It's different from what we do here Monday through Friday. So if you'd like to use that, feel free to do it. All of those links are in the description, so just help yourself there, and I'm happy to do that. And it helps me more probably than it helps you, because that gets me focused on the Bible study for the week. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on today, right? So the big idea of our time together today is that when we fully obey, God restores completely. Let me share with you what I mean from the scripture. We're in 2 Kings chapter 5, and I want to read verses 13 and 14. Verse 13 begins, it says, "But his officers," this is Naaman, we'll talk about him in just a moment, "but his officers tried to reason with him and said, 'Sir, if the prophet had told you to do something very difficult, wouldn't you have done it? So you should certainly obey him when he says simply, go wash and be cured.' So Naaman went down to the Jordan River and dipped himself 7 times as the man of God had instructed him, and his skin became as healthy as the skin of a young child, and he was healed." Okay, if you haven't been following along this week, let me give you a quick background here. So Naaman, commander of the Syrian army, prestigious individual, great accolades, very successful. Everything was going good for him until he found out he had this skin disease, had this leprosy. He's freaking out about it. There's this servant girl of his wife that reminds the wife, or advises the wife, that, hey, if he was in Israel, the prophet Elisha would be able to take care of all of this. And so lo and behold, over some certain things happen. Read 2 Kings chapter 5 and you read all about it. He goes, shows himself to Elisha, gets to Elisha's house. Elisha doesn't even come out. Through his servant, he tells Naaman to dip himself 7 times in the Jordan. Naaman becomes very upset because he figures that, the guy's rude. Guy tells me to go to the Jordan. That Jordan's like a terrible river. I could have stayed home. I could have done this at home. And so he walks away. He's angry. But some of Naaman's servant reminds him, this is where we are today. If he told you to do something difficult, to do a couple of handstands, you would have done that. So why don't you do this? So Naaman finally humbles himself and he obeys. And after dipping 7 times, he comes up completely healed. Now, I don't know what happened. In my mind, I'm thinking, You know how the Lord is. The Lord has a sense of humor. And I'm thinking Naaman gets in the water, goes down once, comes back up, still has it. Goes down twice, comes back up, still has it. I mean, he does this, and all the time that he's doing it, I'm sure Naaman is saying, this is ridiculous. This will never happen. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm making a fool of myself. He goes down 6 times and comes up, and he still has the leprosy. But when he goes down the seventh time, that's when he comes up healed, and it changes everything in Naaman's life. And his healing was more than a physical healing. It was a full restoration. Okay, so when we surrender, here's an application. When we surrender and when we obey, God doesn't just patch us up. The Lord transforms us, changes us. Obedience to God invites God's full work in our life, making us new from the inside out. And we will talk more about that tomorrow. So don't miss tomorrow, because we will hear, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. But before we go this morning, let me give you a thought for today, something to take with you. Personal. God doesn't just want to fix you. He wants to restore you. And obedience to him opens up the way for his complete renewal in your life. So as you go about your day today, remember, God doesn't just want to fix you. He doesn't just want to have you just get by, but he wants to restore you. Now, let me put this caveat in there. It may not be the same way that Naaman was restored, okay? We may follow the Lord and we may not get healed of our physical diseases. But the healing is more than physical that the Lord provides. And in his presence, we are all healed physically. The Lord wants to not just take care of us physically. He wants to transform us and meet our deepest spiritual need. And the Lord wants to do that for you today. And I pray that you'll allow him to do that as you are obedient to what he is calling you to do and speaking to you in your life today. All right, folks, bye for now. See you again real soon. Y'all have a great Thursday. Let's get this done, and let's look forward to Friday. But let's not just hurry through the day, because we need to remember that today, that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. See you again real soon. Bye for now.